Everybody dance now, rock this party. Dance,
Not the mood.
everybody, make it hot in this party. Don't stop, move your body. Hi, I'm Jamie. Hi, this is Lexi. Oh,
You're doing my part. I'm Lexi.
and I'm Jamie, and this is Lexi.
And this is Jamie.
And we're gonna spill all the tea or chai tea lattes on our social media and blogging secrets.
But first, everybody take a moment of silence. My bunny, Scooter, passed away an hour ago.
And we would just like to take the time to commemorate some of Lexi's favorite memories of Scooter.
Commemorate. He loved balsamic vinegar too, and carrots, and we were both blonde.
You chew the same way.
Oh my god, yeah. Well, he goes, I go.
I know, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry, I know. It's just that you both, they do it, it's okay.
Over time, you guys have been asking me and Jamie, how do we get into blogging? How do we do this as a job? What's your secret?
The number one question we get asked is, how do we edit our photos? We decided we would make a whole separate video for, because I'm gonna screen record like how I edit a photo of myself. She's gonna do the same. And we're gonna walk you through it because there are about like
6 different apps?
6 to 10 depending on how much we do to the photo. So if you feel like it's taking you too long,
It's not.
it's not.
The first tip that I would say to get into blogging and start doing it, invest a little bit of time every day. We would wake up in the morning and we would spend an hour on our phones just going through and engaging with other bloggers that we wanted to connect with, that inspired us, and just commenting on other people's photos. Your Instagram friends will eventually become your real life friends.
Don't be
Figure that
afraid to
Reach out.
You can just be like, cutie. Like the Instagram community, especially in the comments section, everybody kind of acts like they already know each other. Like some bloggers who I've never met in my life, and I'm like, oh my god, damn, like she's so cute. It's like, I have no idea, like I've never met them, but
we feel like we know each other. I just wrote a blog post recently on how I got into travel blogging, and I took you guys through the entire process of the first person that I ever DM'd in the travel community. I shared screenshots and everything, so you guys can go and read that. We'll put the link there.
a lot of girls do the bloggers I love to follow. I did that recently.
You didn't put me on there. T.
because if I put you on there, people are gonna be like, we know. I feel like all my followers already follow you.
T. I'm gonna do a bloggers I follow.
Chai tea.
Guess who's not gonna be on it? I'm gonna put Ariana Grande on it and not you.
Okay, fine.
She's a blogger. Make friends with people who like kind of have a similar following and are at like the same step in the process of doing it full time, because you can shoot with them and they can be your buddies. Like you guys will grow together for sure.
When you make those friends that are kind of in the same sort of follower count, you could become like a little group. That's kind of how we are with our LA blogger friends. All of us, when we met, were around the same following. And now you probably know a bunch of our friends, and we're all still like growing together around the same following.
Yeah,
sort of
we
thing.
work with the same brands, we go to the same events. It's really fun. It's like a group of friends we made, and we also all work together, which is amazing. So I think the more committed you are to it in the beginning stages, the better. And I think that's like where you'll see yourself succeeding, is if you're putting yourself out there, going to events, posting all the time and consistently. Things aren't going to come to you in the beginning. You're not working for a big corporation. It's like you, and that's it. So nobody's gonna make things happen except for yourself.
What you put in, you get out of it, and it's, especially at the beginning, it's definitely a hustle. I put like every other area of my life on hold when I first started, and just threw myself into blogging fully, and I don't think that I would be where I am now without having done that. When we were starting out, it was obsessive. It was like shooting every day.
And it needs to be that way. We were learning every single day. Like, you know, anybody that has a startup or starts their own company, there's no life balance starting that up. Like you are grinding, and like it might look a little misleading online, because if it's like whatever, a picture is like luxury, but like it's a constant hustle. So just make sure that's something that you want to do. Consistency
is key. That translates into multiple things. So you can be consistent in your edits, in your posting times, in the types of clothes that you're wearing,
the colors
that you're constantly putting on your feed. you want to make sure your audience is going to see your photos or maybe one photo. Yeah, and you want them to know it's you because the reason they followed is because they like that and they want to keep seeing more of it. So you might think it's repetitive at some points, but
it's your brand.
It's your brand, and Instagram is not about you. Blogging is not about you, it's about your followers. The number one most important thing I think is you guys. And that's why we ask you so many questions, because at the end of the day, we want to make sure that we're creating content that you guys love.
Obviously, if your follower base isn't that large, do what you love and it'll turn into something.
The first year or two of blogging is experimentation. You kind of do have to cater to all of your different interests and see what's working. Pay attention to the engagement on certain posts, the comment section, and you can kind of tell what people, what kind of content people are gravitating towards. But what I recommend is writing down 5 key parts of your life or 5 key adjectives that describe you, and then build off of that.
Pinterest mood boards are great too before shooting, just so like you can kind of get inspo. We have so much inspo saved. We still do it to this day. So that's really helpful too when it comes to shooting and like getting creative content. Answer.
It's Corey.
Do you guys remember him?
Of course you're shirtless. Wait,
hold on. I need to get the better lighting. I need to turn around.
If you guys want to see, are you smarter than an influencer? Click here.
Smart enough to get this lighting, that's for damn sure.
The camera died. Where were we?
What inspired you to become a blogger? That's a good one.
Sajanya and Helen Owen. Like I liked the travel lifestyle content, and I was like, how do I do that?
I was obsessed with Sincerely Jules, obviously. I was obsessed with Happily Gray. I loved her edgy, contrasty black and white sort of aesthetic. How to grow followers organically.
I think it's really important to collaborate, whether it's other photographers or other bloggers.
Go and engage with people. If you love a photographer's work, go and comment on his photos.
Just DM them.
DM them, other bloggers' photos. Just make sure that you're constantly giving what you expect to receive.
All that I would say when I would reach out to photographers was, hey, I think your work is amazing. I would love to shoot sometime, or even just hang out. Hashtags.
So hashtags.
Don't do the same ones every time. You'll get shadow banned.
I wouldn't do 30 hashtags on a post. I would maybe do 5 to 10. Yeah. Instagram's algorithm picks up on when you're using inauthentic hashtags. You can look up not popular hashtags, but top hashtags for fashion bloggers, top hashtags for travel bloggers, and there's certain hashtags that are specific to people looking for blogger inspo. So hashtag dress up daily seems kind of random, but if you're into the blogger community, you'll know to search that to find more blogger photos. So make sure that the hashtag communities, even if you just type what is a hashtag community on Google, there's a bunch of articles that'll go way more in depth.
Yeah.
Another way to grow your following organically, making sure that before you collaborate with a brand, you look at their aesthetic. And so if you want to be reposted, you also have to take into consideration what the brand is posting on their feed and make sure that your content resembles that while still staying true to yourself. Make sure that you're active on stories. Stories are extremely important. Just stories is how people get attached to you. I don't think you can get as attached to a photo as you can to the person and personality. Yeah. How many followers until you got real collaboration partnerships and not just oh, you can have a discount on this or, whatever.
You were getting one super early. She knew exactly what to do.
Well,
She worked at a PR firm on the other side, too.
I used to work at a PR firm. I met Emma. I saw that she did a campaign and I wasn't sure what to ask for the brand in terms of payment. And I literally just DM'd her, and I had only met her once, and I was like, hey, I noticed that we're working on the same campaign. You totally don't have to answer, but what is your rate? I'm trying to gauge how much I should charge because I didn't know. And she was awesome. She was really open with me, and she told me kind of her process. I don't think that follower count matters when it comes to payment. I truly don't.
Some brands are looking for strictly, they're gonna want you to post too, but they'll look for content creation. Other brands are looking for ROI, and some brands will pay by amount of impressions, and then other brands just want your image to be associated with the brand because you're that type of person that they want.
How did you design your website and get your own URL? I use WordPress, and my site is hosted by Bluehost. Same with yours. Honestly, less people are going to the blog,
Yeah.
more people are going to Instagram. I think it's important to have a website, but I wouldn't throw all your money into the
No.
website. I would buy a nice camera before I would buy a nice theme for a website.
Yeah. I would buy good lighting.
Sponsorships, do you reach out or do they reach out
In the
to you?
beginning, we reached out a lot.
Yeah.
Like, that's a simple answer.
How do you get the confidence to put your life on social media?
I used to get scared people would judge me.
Yeah, I still do. I was in college, my senior year of college, and I had my personal Instagram, and I literally just decided one day to like change it to like a blogging account. And I know for a fact
People were talking
that
shit.
people were talking shit. How did you get the confidence to put your life on social media? I realized that I had a passion for the art of like creating photos, the art of sharing a story. That overpowered all of my insecurities about myself.
Like, I always wanted to put myself out there. I was only ever hesitant when I felt like people were judging me, like, who does she think she is type situation. But, like, I mean, as long as you have a long-term end game in mind that, you know, you want to do this full-time, then that shouldn't matter.
Both of us have always been performers in different areas of our lives. How to find the right clothes to fit your body type that are also on trend.
Before I was blogging, I was fit modeling. So
Right.
they would make the clothes on me.
Right. For me, I'm shorter and I do have like a wider waist and smaller legs, and so a lot of times things will be looser on my legs and tighter on my waist. Knowing your angles in photos is truly everything. There's certain things that I will post on Instagram that I love that I wouldn't necessarily feel comfortable wearing out, but I still love the trend and I wanted to make it work for a photo. Sometimes trends are literally like a hair scarf. It doesn't always have to do
Or,
with
like,
body.
the color neon.
How to get paid your worth. I think it's just having confidence in the fact that you are spending the time to create high quality content that you're proud of, and you need to be able to communicate that, and the way that you communicate that in an email needs to be a balanced mix of appreciative that the brand is reaching out and also firm in the fact that you
Can't work for less.
if you just
Absolutely.
need clothes to get content out there, then like gifting is okay. I understand
No, gifting
that.
is great because
Yeah.
also, here's the thing, they could repost you.
And then when you feel like you're at a point where this is becoming a 24-hour job for you, then you need to make a media kit. Ari Craven is a graphic designer. He designed both me and Lexi's media
So
kits.
good.
And we're going to leave his info below if you want to contact him for your blogging media kit. Well, what camera do you use for posts?
Canon 60 Mark II.
We use a 24 to 70 millimeter lens. Do you or did you introduce yourself ever in stores to get known locally, or do you network online? That's
In
a great
Bali we
question.
did.
Yeah, actually. For some place like Bali, that was helpful because they don't do as much social media, or if it is a small local store, you're probably going to speak to the owner who probably is going to make
Yeah.
the decision. So we did get a couple collabs in Bali. Nobody really goes in and submits a job application in person. Nowadays, it's like you fill it out all online.
Yeah.
So I would say everything's online.
And just
really.
make sure you follow up with the brands too.
Work-life balance, how to get the shot when you're also hanging out with non-bloggers.
If you need a specific shot done, just like what Jamie does is she'll be like, go stand there. She'll take the photo exactly how she wants it, show me, and then I just replicate it.
Like, she expects me to be patient with her while she gets the shot, so I know she'll be patient with me. I think that when you're shooting with people who don't blog and who just want to hang out with you for your company and for other aspects of your relationship, I think it's important to acknowledge that.
I actually bring a tripod around. I would set up a tripod on the beach.
That's such a smart idea. We'll
And,
also link
and
the
then-
tripod that we have.
Yeah, and it came with like a little remote. It was only $30.
How do you deal with the hate that comes from social media?
I don't read the comments.
Responding to comments and like trying to tell these people off, it's not helpful at all, because at the end of the day, that's what they want from you, a reaction. Anything you say is not going to change their minds. They just want to know that they upset you because they're upset in their own lives, and you just have to know that. How do you guys get the money to do this stuff?
When we first started, we didn't have the money to do this stuff. I was literally on the tightest budget ever. I didn't even
Yeah, so
have
was I.
furniture in my house. I shopped at Goodwill.
I
when
went to like the shops on Melrose, like the Crossroads, and like
Yeah.
and you can still find really cool like vintage pieces
We would trade clothes with each other.
all the time.
I would wear my mom's old clothes
All
and
the
just
time.
style it however I could.
I would
to
wear my
make it
roommate's
interesting.
clothes. Influencing is definitely the newest form of advertising, and it's spreading like wildfire. We are the channel through which a brand chooses to advertise their product or service.
So that's how we make money.
Again, with blogging, what you give is what you get, and there's a fair amount that we invest in order to get our money back in other ways or reach more followers, reach a different demographic. Like Bali was not, I mean, Bali is cheap, but going for 3 weeks was not like the cheapest thing ever.
Right.
Like, all right. Well, that wraps up our answering your questions about social media. Hopefully this helped because I know it was a long road to get there. And honestly, I can't say it enough. There's no formula.
There's no formula. It's different for everyone. Everybody, you know, grows at different paces. Don't compare yourself to others and just keep one foot in front of the other. Just keep going.
Just keep swimming.
Just keep swimming.
Keep going every single day and to not give up and just, again, consistency. Don't post one day and get discouraged and then not post for another week.
Let us know if you guys have any other questions. There's always new things popping up.
We're going to do a whole separate video on how we edit our photos. Going to walk you through all of the apps that we use, certain presets. We're going to be selling ours soon. Comment below the best piece of advice or what you learned the most from this video. We're really interested to know. And if you didn't get a question answered, then feel free to leave the question in a comment below and we'll be sure to answer it.
And also, if you love us or hate us, subscribe. We love you. Bye, guys.
We love you. Peace.
Oh, here's a piece of advice. Lighting is key.
Always necessary. Okay. I'm so sorry for that. I'm so sorry.
Okay, what?